Hi meow, welcome back to my channel. I am Miki and today we are going to be doing makeup packaging I don't like. I just want to give a disclaimer before we start that these are first world problems. It's not a big deal and it is negative. It's just for entertainment value. It's just meant to be fun. It's nothing more important than that. It's just makeup. I really wasn't even planning to film today, but as I was applying my makeup, I came across this L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation, which a lot of people have liked in the past. I do like the way it applies, but the packaging, it's terrible. It's gotta go. I can't stand it. It's got like this little sponge applicator kind of pad thing that's super unsanitary. I used to use it, you can tell, but I don't use it any longer. And then it's got this compartment where it's got the mirror and then it's got this cushion. I have been having a difficult time getting enough product onto my face, just either using this or taking my beauty blender and dabbing it in here and then dabbing on my face. So I've been having to take this out to get like a decent amount of product on my face, and I'm dabbing it on my face, and that's super unsanitary, but it's what I've been doing to get through this. As much as I love the formulation, I would never purchase this again just because of the packaging. I was like, why can't, they just put that same formula in a bottle? Maybe they do have it in a bottle, I don't know. And it gets all over my hands too. It's very messy. But that is what inspired me to make this video today. And I was thinking as I was using that, I was like, I have a bunch of stuff where I just can't stand the packaging, and let's talk about it in a video. I also can't stand this packaging. This is like a little sample, and I like samples, they're great, but not for bronzers. Look how tiny that is. It's hard to get an actual bronzer brush into this tiny pan without getting it all over, and then you're just wasting the product, and I really don't like that. In comparison, here's from the same company another sample, but this is an eyeshadow. This is an appropriate size for an eyeshadow. This is not an appropriate size for a bronzer. Never. No. And then we have Natasha Denona. I love Natasha Denona's shadows, but I cannot stand this sheet. First of all the names are written on this sheet, when I would rather the names be down here, and it's in the way. I'm doing my makeup and I'm like, I keep it because I like the names. I know it's there so that the shadows don't get all over the mirror, but I just wipe my mirrors. It's not a big deal for me to wipe off a mirror if I want to use it, so I'm not a huge fan of that sheet. Here's a really crappy makeup packaging fail. This is the Profusion Blush and Bronzer. First of all, it's like foamy and it seems like it would just absorb all the germs that it's being exposed to. So I don't like that aspect. And also it's just really crappily made. Like, look at this. Cheap cardboard, cheap glue. This just pulls right out. It's not good. It's not good at all. And worst packaging fail. I probably should re-glue this and I just haven't. Then we have this Douce blush. Like, this packaging just slides right off. And when it's in the drawer, when it's in my makeup drawer, I'm shuffling through things, looking for things, and I have to be very aware that this is in there. Often this cover will slide off and I will nick inside there. You can see I've nicked inside there before. I would rather have like a snap closure or something like this, but this is just really inconvenient. Next I have this eyeliner from Measurable Difference. The problem that I have with this is I've used it on my eye, and it's one of those kind of like pointy applicators at the end, and it's so hard and plasticky that it like pokes my eye when I use it. It literally hurts to use this. If it were brown, you can make some good freckles with this because it is so pokey. It's no good. I mean, your eye is a sensitive area. Let's not damage it. Next, I've got this little blush bronzer from Beauty Basics, and the blush part is unusable. My blush brush is never gonna fit in this teeny tiny space that they've designated for the blush. I mean, the only thing I can really do is swirl this together and use it as a bronzer. This just doesn't work for blushes. You just can't have that tiny of a space for blushes. And a lot of makeup companies do this. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why they do this or why this is like cool. It's not cool. Next is the Marc Jacobs, these little eyeshadow palettes. They come in this weird bag. First of all, like, I don't know what this bag is for. It's not doing anything different than this is already doing. Like, the shadows aren't going to fall out of here if I don't have the bag. I don't get it. I don't know what the bag is for. Just to look fancy? I don't know. I have no idea. And then second of all, this is such a weird shape and it's rounded on the top that you can't stack it. It's just, I don't know. This is not my favorite packaging. And even the Marc Jacob bigger palettes are also rounded like this. So I don't know what they're thinking. I'm going to put it back in the bag just because it's there. I also don't like when makeup companies decide to make these covers that are 3D because they can't stack that well also. I mean, it's cute. I didn't buy this for the packaging though. I mostly bought it for the products inside. I like this eyeshadow palette, but I don't like how this is difficult to stack. Speaking of difficult to stack, Urban Decay's Vice 4. It's got this packaging that you could like, you could play it like an instrument. Like a really terrible instrument. But yeah, and it's hard to stack and it's so unnecessary. I mean, it looks subjectively cool to some people, I'm sure, not really to me, but somebody else probably does like this packaging. But I don't like it. I would rather this be flat and just look like this than it be all 3D like that. Last thing I have, and I'm not sure if they actually make them like this anymore, but the Morphe 35 palettes. These are so slick that they just fall off the counter. I have 4 of these, and in most of them, not this one, but in most of them, I have eyeshadows broken because they have fallen, because they're so slick and so slippery. And this is just cheap plastic packaging. I do like the Jaclyn Hill cardboard packaging a lot more. I hope they go with that a lot more. I haven't bought any other Morphe eyeshadow palettes except for that Jaclyn Hill one and then these old ones, but this is terrible packaging. Alright you guys, those are all the makeup products that I can't stand the packaging of that I have in my collection. If there are things that you also can't stand, I'd love to hear about them. Hopefully I'll be able to avoid them in the future. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know exactly when I upload my videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.